It's time for Shawn Shepheard to catch up with that crazy bugger, Sebastien Sasseville, on his cross-Canada journey to outrun diabetes. Find out where Sebastien is now and hear all about his crazy adventures, all right here on the Diabetes Champions Network.
Happy World Diabetes Day. We're live from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where Sebastien Sasseville has made history today. He completed his Outrun Diabetes run, 7,500 kilometers, a marathon a day, and he left on February 2nd. I'm Shawn Shepheard with the Diabetes Champions Network, and I'm here with Sebastien and the man who was with him every step of the way, Patrick St. Martin. And it was a magical moment just a few hours ago here in Second Beach in Vancouver. And if you weren't there to see the energy and the raw emotion, we do have a clip, and we're going to watch that right now.
Actually, I don't know if I can find words that describe what's happening right now.
So, Sebastien, it was an honor to be on that beach surrounded by friends and family, and you crossed the finish line, which was once just a dream. How do you feel right now in this moment?
I feel pretty good. No, this morning was magical. I started to get butterflies a few days ago, and then I didn't really sleep well the last few days, and then this morning I could hear the crowd, from about 1 or 2 kilometers away, and I started to get very emotional, and it was magical because I could, like, it was nervousness, but I could feel something, like the energy, like it was like vibrating in me, like I could feel like everybody was there. So it was surreal, and then the last few steps and stepping into the ocean. So much pride. Today is also the celebration of everybody's work. Everybody was involved, and celebration of the cause and the people and the message. And from day one, that was always the most important thing, right? What does this thing mean? Why is it important? So it was amazing to see that so many people cared, that so many medias showed up, all of them. It was surreal. It's like that's what I had been dreaming about for over 2 years now.
So that moment, you could hear the crowd, and just to set the stage, that Sebastien had to run around the corner, and you could hear the crowd, and then when they came into sight, can you tell me what that felt like? And there were about 250 school children out there cheering loud with their noisemakers. So what was that moment like the first time that you saw them?
It's very moving to see that people go out of their way to be there to support you. I was tearing up, and I was trying to savor the moment, take it all in, because I know I knew it wouldn't last for a long time, and and to see friends and family there. My brother who lives with type 1 as well. It was magical. It was like the best day of my life.
Excellent. Wow, I'm proud to be part of it. Patrick Saint Martin, you look a little different than you did 9 months ago. Patrick said that he would not shave until Sebastien crossed the finish line in Vancouver, and you both kept your word. What does this day mean to you?
Yeah, it was just a magical day. This was, a celebration for for all the hard work we've put into this project, and for all the the runs, a lot of running this year for sure. And like Sebastien said, it's been over 2 years that we're working on that pretty hard. And yeah, I guess seeing all those people, happy people, it was just so joyful. And yeah, I guess it's how it's good to having that feedback from the people, like from everywhere, from everybody who were there on the beach. And I know that there's a lot of people that couldn't do it. I couldn't come in Vancouver for the grand finale, but I got so many messages from people all across the country, that people we've met, people we've inspired. And yeah, it was truly a magical moment for sure. Yeah.
And Sebastien, some people are just meeting Patrick for the first time today or on this interview, and I know that he's been there not only from day one, but can you tell me what his involvement and commitment meant to you?
Well, I mean, you need a team, and there's none of that would have existed without Patrick's dedication and hard work, and also like believing in the idea and the vision from day one. So when you go to your best friend 2 years before today and just go to him with an idea, and you have no money on the bank, no team, nothing, and for someone to just go, yeah, that sounds great, and I would put a year of my life on hold to do that. That's the best friend you can have. So that was the start of Outrun Diabetes. Late evening 2 years ago, and Patrick was in immediately. So and then the rest of history is history.
Wow. And Patrick, what was it like for you to see your best friend every day? And some days were challenging, and snowstorms in the East Coast, and bugs in the prairies, and heat and cold, and what was it like for you to be there step by step, every part of the journey?
Yeah, it was, because it was it was a long time, over 9.5 months. It was a routine. It was just every single day was not the same, but it was the same. It was kind of working for us. And yeah, but again, to see how relentless Seb can be sometimes, like working so hard every day, and yeah, and not just running, because his goal was to inspire people. His goal was to meet a lot of people, and for that you have to get out and talk to people, and work on those meetings and work on those events. So to see him working so hard on this to make sure that he can talk to as many people living with diabetes, to inspire as many people as possible across the country, that was quite something. That was, yeah, I knew that I was working with Sebastien, I knew that I was doing something that was right and that would be impactful for a lot of people. Yeah.
And one of the things that a lot of people don't know were, they know that you were running every day. They might not know that you guys were sleeping in a trailer.
Two different
two different rooms for 9 months. And Sebastien, you did over 50 speaking engagements to other people living with diabetes, to healthcare professionals. You did the keynote for the Children with Diabetes Conference in Florida remotely from Marathon, Ontario, Northern Ontario. So can you put into words just how crazy that was, that schedule, and how did you have the strength to get through that schedule every day?
I don't know how and where we found the energy. It kind of just happened. But I guess what I'm most proud of, what we're most proud of, is everything that a lot of people like didn't see. So the run was just the tip of the iceberg. The run has become what we call the first shift. So after, picture yourself running a marathon and then going back to the RV, have a quick shower, recover as well as you can, and then start the second shift with meeting healthcare professionals, doing a lot of keynotes, speaking to the media, a lot of emails, managing the relation with the sponsors. We had to manage a schedule that allowed for the documentary crew to be there, work with the PR agency, and our personal lives, and go grocery shopping and do our laundry. And it was crazy. So we've been literally working 7 days a week since last January, whether it was running or doing other stuff. So it was absolutely crazy. I've lost weight. I don't know if you did.
I did, yeah.
And it was exhausting. It was really exhausting, but I'm really glad we did it. If the reason why is bigger than the obstacle, then good things happen.
And the community that was following you online on outrundiabetes.ca, on your Facebook page, I know firsthand that you guys read every single comment. And can you talk about how the community out there inspired you and got you through the most challenging days?
Well, like we would, every time we post something, like we watch the post and hey Patrick, like we've got 200 likes in an hour, that's good. And you post the next day and you have a post that people don't respond as much to, and then we wonder why. We were always trying to create something interesting. We did not want to just post picture of a dude running for a year. That would have been extremely boring. So we wanted to tell a story. We wanted to engage people. We wanted to make it fun, make it funny, like show people that we were having fun when we were not running, and that we were committed to making this great. So it was we got our first post yesterday with 1,000 likes, and that's the milestone. And it took 9 months, but no. So that meant the world to us. And all of those comments, we read every one of them. We don't have the bandwidth to respond to everything, but it just absolutely made our day to see the likes go up on the post. It's like those little things that to us was very meaningful, because it meant that people care and were impacted.
And sometimes we forget, and I always think of this like professional athletes. You talk about trade rumors and so on, and we forget the person, and you have your own personal lives, and you're surrounded here by family and friends. How difficult was it to be away from your loved ones for 9 months?
Can I say very difficult? It was probably I'm gonna speak for myself, but it was probably the hardest part for me. There's been a lot of days where we would feel the love coming from the people, but there've been a lot of days as well where we would just be lonely in the woods somewhere across the country. And those days were kind of hard. Sometimes and we did get the chance to see a couple of our friends and family along the route. Some of them flew in, and that was just amazing. But I would say that for me it was kind of very hard. Yeah.
And what about you, Sebastien? I know even in this room you're surrounded by love, right? The love from Quebec. But how challenging was that to be away from friends and family?
It was really hard. I mean, that's always, friends and family is always going to be the most important thing in the world. So it was tough. Thanks to technology, we could stay connected. But it's it's one of the things we're both looking forward to, like just to go back home to a normal life.
And I asked you this when I was out on the road with you in Saskatchewan, but what's one thing, one comfort from home that you're really looking forward to getting back to?
Warm showers. That's huge.
Every single minute, yeah.
Yeah, that getting back to a normal schedule, just to be able to be home, reading a book at night, not to have to work to try to make something work. Yeah, the little things,
That we take for granted every day. And I remember the first interview that we did, and I talked about it was Super Bowl Sunday. So if you think about February 2nd, what you were doing, or can you even remember who was playing? Seattle won the Super Bowl. And I would feel a little guilty. I'm like, I'm going to a Super Bowl party. What are you doing? Well, I'm running a marathon in a blizzard, right? But you did it, and you did it. And I know that there's a really special boy that both of you were proud to have part of today, and his name's Jack. And I'll let Patrick tell the audience a little bit about Jack.
Yeah, Jack has diabetes. We met him in Windsor, Ontario. So that means a couple months ago. And Jack has been calling us every week or so just to check on us to make sure that everything is fine. And he's the coolest kid ever. Sometimes we're kind of waiting for him to call because we yeah, that's true. And and he's been. I hope that we've been an inspiration to him, but he's definitely been an inspiration to us. And and he flew in to get to see the finish line, and it was just awesome to see him today. And there was a cool surprise, I guess. But I'll let Sebastien talk about it. But yesterday it was a surprise, and
the last night you were there. We had a meeting, all the crew getting ready for this morning, and they just showed up, and it was a big surprise and very touching because I think Jack, he's part of the team, and he also, represents all those other kids out there that live with type 1 diabetes that, sometimes I'm sure, as I am, are scared, but, and they all just want to have a normal life and chase their dreams. So, that's what, Jack meant to us. It meant a lot.
And you talked about that on the beach, about how to apply it to our lives. And I know, Sebastien, you made it so clear from day one that the run was not about you, and it was about how we can apply it to our life. So what's your message for all the dreamers out there? Because you've shown that it can happen. So what's your message to them? And if they have a dream, how do they get started?
There's a quote I heard today. Even the longest journey just starts with the first step. So, one thing that I've learned this year is how far you can go when you do a little bit every day, and the importance of just focusing on today. Like, just do today well, and the chip will fall where they should. So just to try, just to put yourself on the line, allow yourself to try something that may not work out, and then learn from that. But just be patient. It takes time, and but make that first step.
Great, and I'm going to ask Jeremy, who's behind the camera. I know that there's some people chatting on live stream. If we have any questions from the audience at home.
I just asked for them. We have the one. What did you say to yourself on the day that you were ready to quit to keep going?
So for everybody else, if you didn't hear that, Sebastien, what did you say to yourself on the day that you were ready to quit, when you'd had enough?
Yeah, you just need to go back to the reason why. Nothing's more powerful than that. If the reason why is bigger than the obstacle, then you're gonna have a tough day, but you'll get through it. And also, never bring yesterday into tomorrow is a big thing. We've had days that were so hard, and then you go to sleep, you have to wake up, with a blank slate the next morning, and just allow, even if you've had the worst day the day before, allow yourself to start fresh and allow for the possibility that today might be a good day. So that's very important. And of course, it all sounds great on paper. It's not like I drive my car, have a flat tire, and look at it and be, oh my God, this is a great opportunity for personal growth. Awesome, an obstacle. No, it's you're gonna have some bad days, and some days it's gonna be a bad week, but it's fine. Just don't give up and just keep going at it, and it's the end is gonna come.
Two more questions. So and thank you for everybody out there watching this live. And go ahead, Jeremy.
What was your first thought when you stepped into the water at the beach?
So what was your first thought when you stepped into the cold water at the beach this morning?
To me, it was closure. It was, arriving on the beach, seeing everybody. I was still running. I was still running across Canada. I was still, doing my thing. And then it's really when I took that one step in the water, which I didn't expect to feel like that. We've been close to Vancouver for the last few days, right? So it just making that one step, and it just inside something happened, and it was magical. And it's really when I told myself, I did it. Because last night we were based in Vancouver, right? And then I ran the last 5K this morning. And yesterday people were asking, like, how do you feel? Like, you made it? I'm like, inside I was like, well, I have to run tomorrow. I really want to finish strong. So, and that's what that step meant.
It was funny because months ago back in Windsor when you met Jack and their family, we did an event with George Canyon. And the next morning, I saw you for the first time live in your running shorts and shirt. And I was like, oh, yeah, you have to run a marathon today. Like, sometimes it's easy for us to forget. So we'll take another question from the live audience.
This one's in French.
So maybe we'll get come ahead over, or Janvier, and then you can come up here and ask it. Okay, and if you can repeat the question.
We're being asked for words of inspiration in French.
Sure.
Merci pour la question. Ça fait plaisir de répondre en français. Ça a été incroyable de traverser le fil d'arrivée. C'est l'aboutissement d'un grand rêve, de beaucoup de travail. Je pense que toutes les leçons apprises à travers la traversée s'appliquent à notre diabète à tous les jours. Donc, d'y aller un pas à la fois, de se servir des journées qui vont moins bien pour apprendre, de ne pas les voir comme des échecs. Et puis, de ne pas avoir peur d'essayer des choses qui font peur. Et puis, de se donner la chance de grandir comme ça. Sur le fil de départ, il y a 9 mois, je n'étais pas certain que ça allait fonctionner. Je n'étais pas certain que j'allais pouvoir terminer. Puis je suis convaincu que quand on se met dans une position de vulnérabilité un peu, c'est dans ce temps-là qu'on apprend beaucoup de choses.
Oui, merci beaucoup. It's over. You cross the finish line, and I think that you probably have a lot of mixed emotions. And could you just put that into words, Patrick, about the experience that you had with Sebastien? You saw the inspiration across the country, what you guys were doing, and you wake up tomorrow, and now, I don't think there's a marathon tomorrow, right? So could you put that, the mixed emotions into words?
Yeah. Because I've known Sebastien for a long time, for a couple of years, I would say. But it's definitely this year that I've seen the Sebastien that, has this strength and positive attitude every single day, in every single situation, even if it's it's been very inspiring to me as well, because to see this guy always on the mood and always happy, whatever happens, whatever, weather or yeah, the difficult condition we went through. Yeah, that definitely was something quite cool. And I don't know about what's coming on, what's coming after the run. I have to drive back. He's not. He's gonna fly back. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly, there was a lot of emotion today. And I'm kind of really looking forward to see my friends and family, and yeah, going back home. And yeah, I just think it's been an amazing journey. I'm so proud of being a part of this, and I'm so proud of you, Sam, and of seeing you every day, every single day on the battlefield, just doing your thing. And you did just great, awesome. It was just, yeah.
And I'll let Seb say something about Patrick and his involvement.
I mean, Patrick has been, also always in a good mood, and we've had rough days out there. So it was a team of two. Patrick did 50% of the work, right? So, and I don't think I could have done it with anybody else. We got along like all along, which is I guess it's good. So yeah, he's done a lot for a cause he's not directly related to, and I think that's very, very noble.
And one of the questions in closing, because I've heard it a lot from people that came up to me when they knew that I was going to see you here, I've saw it on Facebook, is they followed the journey for 9 months. They've been inspired by both of you. And it's one of those, they don't want it to end. It's like their favorite TV show, and it's like, we don't want it to go off the air. We want it to continue. So 2 parts of the question. What's next for Sebastien? And to everybody, all your fans, not only across Canada but around the world, where can they stay tuned to the latest of what Sebastien's doing?
Well, what's next is resting. I'm not running tomorrow. No, I think I want to take some time to digest it and see what it really meant to me and the things that I've learned, and keep processing it. So, because I think there's a lot more that I have to learn and find out and explore about this run. Absolutely. So that's for me to do. And in terms of how people can stay tuned, we're definitely thinking about a lot of things. So our Facebook page is always going to be a very good hub. The website's not going anywhere, and we want to work on a book. That's for sure. We've got a ton of footage. I know that there's a documentary on the making, so that's absolutely huge. And Patrick has taken amazing photographies throughout the year. We as people know on Facebook, but we were only able to post one per day. So there's so much never seen before footage and pictures and stories. And I think I want the finish line to be the starting line for something else for Outrun Diabetes. That message, that vision needs to keep growing. This is just the beginning. We need to export it, to package it in a bunch of different ways, and that's what's coming up next year.
Wow. You don't have a lot of days off, I take it, right? Both you guys. Well, on behalf of a lot of people, and not only Canadians, but across the world, we thank you both for what you've done. You've inspired many people, not only those living with diabetes. Truly amazing journey that looked impossible. 9 months, 7,500 kilometers, every weather condition. And you did it. You made history. So thank you very much, and let me congratulate you. And to Patrick, I hope, my wish is everybody has a best friend like you. So signing off from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I'm going to let these guys maybe get some rest and have some fun, but thank you both for doing this, and see you later. Good night from Vancouver.